Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, my main man, Angel Garcia, he's finally, it's been a minute since we seen or heard any interviews from Angel Garcia. So, I mean, first of all, it's good to see Angel interviews again because he always gives good sound bites. He's always entertaining to listen to, whether you agree or disagree with what he's saying. I don't even care half the time. I just want to hear the guy talk. He's hilarious to me. But recently, he came out and he made a statement about Danny Garcia being the third biggest cash cow in boxing, um, which I'm not mad at him for saying that. I don't think it's a stupid statement because with Floyd basically out of the picture, you got Manny Pacquiao, who he's here, but he's not really here. He's only fighting once a year at this point. You got the Joshua's, you got your Joshua's, you got your Canelos, you got your Golovkins. After that, it's really hard to argue that he's not up there. He's at bare minimum at least in the top 10. But here's what Angel said about Danny in regard to being the third biggest cash cow in all of boxing. Here's what he said.
These guys got all these belts like trophies. Ain't nothing wrong with having a trophy. But these guys ain't making money, bro. The cash cow is Floyd Mayweather, Manny, Pacman, and Danny Garcia. The three cash cows right now. The biggest cash cow is Floyd. The second biggest cash cow is Manny. Third biggest cash cow is Danny Garcia. It's like if you train horses, you want to take them to the racetrack. And your horse, your horse on top. So you've been giving them the vitamins, you've been doing everything. You've been training them. You do everything hard for your horse. And when you take them to the racetrack, your horse going to perform like you took care of them. Unless something happens in training, you break your leg or something, you got get rid of the horse. But I know what Danny does. I know how he trains.
And there you have it. Angel Garcia basically saying that he's the third biggest cash cow in boxing, and I mean, yeah, he's definitely a cash cow to a degree because he's going to generate numbers. If you guys know, at the Barclays Center, I know he holds a couple of the records, or he used to. I don't know if he still does, but he outsold Miguel Cotto at the Barclays Center, which has become one of the premier venues in boxing. So that's no small accomplishment. Danny Garcia definitely one of the top cash cows in boxing. But what I would say is this: while he has built himself a pretty good fan base. What I would say, Danny, is like this doesn't even just apply to Danny. I think you could pretty much apply this to anybody that's under the PBC banner, and that's the fact that like none of them have really transcended into like those superstars yet, those crossover stars. And they had the perfect platform to do it with like free TV and the great venues they have here in the States, like the Barclays Center, but they haven't done that. And I think like if you're someone like a Danny Garcia, yeah, he had a big fight with Keith Thurman. But, aside from that, look at his other 6 opponents. He's fought good guys. He's in the mix, but they're really just contender fighters, like Robert Guerrero, Peterson, Al-Naji, Mauricio Herrera, then you have the legendary, cherry pick that everybody wants to get on him for in Rod Salka. But he hasn't had enough, like he has had enough of those fights recently to warrant even being a superstar that transcends boxing. And I think you could pretty much apply that to even a guy like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has one of those fights maybe once every year, but he hasn't been active enough. He hasn't been in the limelight long enough to become like a steady cash cow or someone that transcends the sport. So Angel Garcia, I'm not mad at him. I don't think it's a crazy statement. Because I think there is an argument to be made that if he's not third, he's fourth, or fifth. At worst fifth. He can be no worse than fifth because you still have. If you include Pacquiao Mayweather, you got Pacquiao Mayweather Canelo. What's his name? Pacquiao Mayweather Canelo, Anthony Joshua, and then you can there's some arguments you can make for Garcia against Golovkin. Although I'd probably still argue that Golovkin is a bigger cash cow, but still, regardless of the fact, he's definitely there, and I think for him, in his career, it'd be good to see him back in the ring with some top opposition, and not even like okay, if he's not gonna fight top opposition, at least keep him active so he can be in line for those big fights, and people can still see him and he can still be the people's minds. Because boxing is one of those sports, man. It's not like baseball or basketball where you're seeing these guys every day, every other day. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So, Al Heyman, PBC, start getting this dude active. We want to see him back in the ring. If he's going to fight Brandon Rios next, fight Brandon Rios, do your thing. And then we'll see you soon. So, that's the news. Angel Garcia saying Danny Garcia is the third biggest cash cow in boxing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below why you agree or disagree. And you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just here from Danny. So until next time, take care, guys.